not it was Cacklin is the name he's going by for it. So on paper, that's who owned it, but yeah, you guys know that that's actually Pedriarch. And you basically finished like exploring through that secret door that was hidden in like that kind of trophy room there, and found uh, some guy down there that was like and like this huge kind of machinery that was used for like absorbing and storing souls. Um, and you guys kind of partially broke it. You broke the part that can absorb souls. Um, you guys also got some other information in the session before that while poking around in the upstairs area a
That
little
old
bit.
people were being brought in.
You heard that before you even got in at all, but yeah, you guys also found like some correspondence, for example, in one of the studies um, between Cacklin and some like political figures within Rahadum and some stuff about that. I don't remember if you guys like took the. I think you guys left it there, but you guys like took note of like what was in the contents there. Um, and then you guys had to come out, like get out of it. So the way you guys got out, basically, since you only had what they one invisibility sphere scroll to get in, to get out. Um, you guys basically went and knocked out the one guy standing guard outside, and like, all right, get out of here before he wakes up. So, um, I think you guys, like Shazra pulled up like a hood. Yeah, so you guys kind of tried to do a little bit to like hopefully not have be recognized. You guys just gotten into town though, so probably even if he had clearly seen you, he wouldn't know who you guys were. But yeah, you guys knocked him out. And you guys ran off, and that's kind of where we ended. Because you guys went. This is kind of like in the middle of the night at this point. Um, so I'm assuming that you guys are probably heading back to the just in case inn.
Probably, yeah.
Just in case, let's do it.
hmm Named
Hmm.
after the illustrious just in case himself.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume we get there.
Yes, you guys get there. It's the middle of the night, so like the streets are pretty dead, but not completely. You do see some other people kind of walking around, heading back at various places. Maybe people that were up out late at, um, maybe at a party or at a bar or what have you. So it's a pretty much. You guys are in kind of a metropolitan city, so even this late at night, there's still some people out. Um, and yeah, you make it back to the just in case inn. So it's pretty quiet there. Even though they have like you do have like a tavern there as well. It's pretty emptied out by this point.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you guys, unless there's anything else you want to do, you guys could turn in for the night.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead to sleep.
Yeah, I need spells refreshered.
Okay. You may go ahead and hit the night's rest button then. And I believe you guys all just leveled up too. So
Mm-hmm.
Should be level 5, I believe.
Yep.
Uh, Bhutan here.
anybody get anything cool for level 5?
Second level
Keeps, but
spells, more.
I can calm emotions as
Ooh,
a spell-like ability.
that's really good on
Number of times is
psychic
equal to Wismod. mod.
because you can use that on yourself in order to turn back on your psychic casting because it's
Yeah,
not the spell like ability isn't psychic itself.
Oh, does it not tell us when people sleep anymore?
Maybe not. I don't see
I guess not.
anything showing up in chat. So
Mm-mm. Because I kind of thought I was disconnected from chat for a second. That's why I rolled.
yeah, okay, yeah. I don't see any messages on it. So I guess I don't know if that's a setting that got changed or something. I did run an update. Oh, also, I got a. It's not quite the same, but I got a loot sheet working. You can see it in the actors tab. It's hashtag loot. Um, and I actually put that in there just because for alphabetization reasons because it's kind of janky. I can't put stuff on that sheet and then hide it. I have to if I want to have it hidden, I have to have a separate loot sheet to put hidden items onto, and then move them from that sheet to this sheet. So that's part of why I wanted to be able to make it so I can get to that sheet really easily when I hit the gift button on an item. Because that's the way it functions is in order to take something off the loot sheet, you hit the gift button and then scroll to yourself. For you guys, it won't be as bad because you'll only see the PCs, I think.
Yep.
For me, it's not as clean because I see all the NPCs. The whole it lists every single one. Like, you want to gift it to? Do you want to gift it
Ah,
to the boars from session one? And I'm like, no, no, I don't. Don't want to give it to the boars.
I see.
All right. So the next morning, assuming you guys would meet out there, um, you don't see Gonkul, and Laszlo will tell you that he says, "Well, Gonkul actually went back to Snakeblade. Casimir sent a message saying something was up there.
Okay.
So we're kind of on our own for now."
Very well. Well, I apprise him of the events within the manor.
Okay. What do you tell him?
I tell him that we managed to get in. We found a hidden room that had these like big they were big like containers and tube things that had like a necromantic aura, and we assume that this was like some kind of large device for like harvesting life energy.
Yep. And I
Was
believe
that its sole purpose?
yes, I believe Tactic was the one that kind of like deciphered how the thing worked.
And went around trying to disable it the best way I could. Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, so he says that's interesting. I wonder what the purpose of it was. Was he using it to power something?
Hmm.
Well, power something or use it for himself. I don't know. So that's information that we could that that would be good to glean.
What else did you find? Did you find any leads for us to search or to pursue?
I mean, we found correspondence between Cacklin and some of the political figures.
Okay.
Like, but we already knew he was kind of involved, but there was proof he was involved, but nothing like that seemed illegal.
True.
But it did have some names, right?
Think it
Yeah,
did?
I mean, we saw what. Okay, I don't remember all the political people's names, but it was the one that was like the less extreme,
Yeah.
right? That
No,
Cacklin was supporting, or was it the more
it
extreme?
was the more extreme one, Finis, and the other name that you saw in there was the name of the leader of the Pure
Of
Legion.
yes, the was it Sword of Man guy?
Yeah, I think that's his title was the Sword of Man.
Yeah. So
His
they're
name,
all and also those the Pure Legion. They also support this. Uh, what's his name?
yeah, or Finis. Yeah,
Finis. Yeah.
yeah, that was something you guys saw as well when you guys were back there. But yeah, so you actually saw that he was talking about specifically meeting with Karsakim, who is the current leader of Rahadum's Pure Legion. So Lazo would say, well, I suppose we could look into finding out more about Karsakin's um, involvement in all this and how much he knows about who he's actually dealing with. What else? Anything else?
Uh,
Struggling to
didn't we find another
recall.
secret room with like statues that came alive or something?
I don't
Or
remember that.
dogs?
No, they were just in the same room as that. They were actual dogs. Plus, there was a stomoi.
Oh yeah. What a weird creature.
Indeed.
It's all dark and spooky.
Did you tell him about him then?
Yes, I will describe in surprising detail about the Estomoi. About how he was dark and he couldn't seem to see very far, and uh, uh yeah.
Okay. So Lazo will ask you, well, who was he then?
What do you mean, who was he?
He was just the repair guy. He was trying to like work on the machine, the soul machine, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, okay. It's like that was that guy, right? I think so. But
Yeah, but you guys
he didn't
didn't
get
have very
any.
much information out of him.
We tried to get information out of him, but he wouldn't give us any, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He gave you a little bit of information, but not much.
By saying that he wasn't going to give us information, he gave us a little bit of information. It's like, I'm not going to tell you
Basically,
anything
yeah.
about this soul machine. It's like, oh, it's a soul machine.
Well, you guys had already figured out that it was that on your own.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like that's an
But
example.
yeah, I think he basically was like, I'm not going to talk about the secret society I'm part of. So you guys know that
Yeah,
he's part of some secret society, basically.
yeah. And he talked in our heads.
Like
He
you were
didn't.
doing now.
Yeah, like I'm doing right now. Is like that.
But you're a psychic, and
Yes, I'm a psychic bunny, so that's
was
completely normal.
was this guy a psychic, or was he?
He wasn't a bunny.
Appeared to possess some psychic qualities.
He was casting magic using like I don't know. Was
He
he
was
using
he was an arcane
words?
spellcaster. He was, but he
But the
was
words
using
were
a
spoken in our head, right?
he was using yeah, he was using like kind of a he was basically using his telepathy to say the words, but
Yeah.
uh
Interesting fella.
yeah, that sounds I wonder if this is like some sort of secret society that Pedriarch's in charge of then. It's the first I've heard of it though. But I suppose that is the point of secret societies, right?
True. Yeah, had we also heard rumors and Snakeblade about like people walking around with like hoods and kind of spooky people?
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
that's
but
not the same.
that was just the well, I don't know if we heard anything about having hoods, but I mean that was we were hearing
That's how
rumors
I
about
pictured
the
him.
we were hearing rumors about the people in that demi-plane.
Right. Okay, those are the people who like yeah, had to like come out to get food or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess they were supposed to be part of the his uh Pedriarch's old partners society or something. From what I understand, they were working with their ancestors at least were working with Aradel, but then they got left behind in that pocket dimension.
I wonder if this new secret society is like the new startup of that
Maybe.
group. Could be. Okay, well, that's all the information that I remember, both in character and out of character.
All right. Laszlo looks, ponders it. He says, "I'm not sure what our next step's going to be now. The avenues I was searching in ended up being dead ends."
Hmm. I'm also yeah, at a I'm wondering where to go from here as well.
I suppose worst case, we wait a little while and uh, see how things play out. See if that dragon,
Yeah,
see if that dragon uh, does meet up with us south of, uh, down south a little ways.
How close is that?
Well, that's supposed to be in about, I guess at this point it'd be about 3 weeks from now.
That's quite a bit, but I mean, like, I mean, I wouldn't say no to taking some time, like off to just let thoughts sit.
Yeah, it's perhaps a little downtime is in order.
I think we should monitor the elections going on in other places and see, you know, which way things are going. Like if there's any like strange upsets in the polls or something.
Oh, that's interesting. We could perhaps make our way towards Maniket, where
Because
Shepherd's
if I
Rock.
were this Cacklin fella, this Patriarch, I would want to control more elections. More than just this one that we know he's involved in for sure.
Yeah, perhaps we could go to Maniket then.
See if there's any involvement there.
All of this like monitoring people just reeks of sociology majors and what bores they are.
I didn't really interact with many sociology majors, to be honest.
I mean, in Cheliax, there was the angle of it where you'd study people so that you know how susceptible they are to infernal influence and such like that. But this is not as entertaining as that. Mortals influencing mortals is so predictable.
Even if one of those mortals is a
Super old dragon.
nearly immortal dragon.
Yeah.
Nearly.
I mean, it's possible that he's been alive for long enough. Perhaps he's found some way to achieve immortality.
Perhaps through all these souls he's collecting.
Maybe. I would perhaps say that we should do something to more uh, permanently deal with this device that was down there. But I'm worried that if we try to return to it, there might be more uh, defenses on it and whatnot.
Well, surely.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, any reason to go and get some practice with my spell combat, I'll take that over people watching.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could take some members of the pure legion, not like an all-out attack against many of them. We're still talking about an organization with large members and influence throughout the city. But small skirmishes here and there, I think I could hold my own.
Not to mention the god killer dragon.
He wouldn't dare show his face in public.
Well, not
Well, this wouldn't be in
in
public if
dragon
we're trying
form,
to
at least.
disable the device.
Also true, but I mean, hopefully, it just doesn't. No one knows anything about, you know, you guys seeing it. I suppose. I'm
Well,
sure
I
that.
think they're gonna
I'm
know something's up because it got disabled.
well, but who knows how often they go to it?
Yeah.
I guess if somebody's expecting this Stomoy and he hasn't returned,
Well, if their intent is to send other members from this cult of theirs to go and repair this device, then intercepting them and killing them would be a way of effectively preventing its use.
Well, that's another lead is to find out more about this cult, secret society, whatever it is. What's their involvement in this whole thing other than just, you know, working on some evil
I,
machine?
yes, but I don't. I wouldn't know where to start trying to hunt for them.
Yeah.
yeah,
We'd have to, like find another one, capture them, and employ probably divination magics and such to get any answers out of them,
Can we
or
set
some
up a
enchantment.
trap?
We could stake out.
I only even know of one other Estomoy. And I don't know if they're. Who knows if this is even an Estomoy cult or if he's just an Estomoy in a cult.
Your guess is as good as mine.
They're very strange people. I don't know much about them.
Same.
Oh, just so you know, I took the infusion discovery, and I have 2 cure light wounds potions extracts that I made that are infused.
Oh,
So
so you can
that
like,
means that I can give them to other players.
yeah.
Oh,
You
they don't
can.
have spit in them?
No
Or they
promises.
might still have spit in them, actually.
That was Leon.
Oh,
Backwash all of his potions.
yeah. Hmm.
Well, it's because he also had the thing that let him get the spell back, so he'd
Yes,
just use a
Yeah.
little bit
it
of
was
it.
it was an extract actually that lets you do that with potions. So it was actually a little different, but
Oof.
so what are we thinking here?
Yee.
I mean, performing stakeouts and maybe other attacks on the devices. That's all I have on my mind at the moment.
Did you guys tell? You guys mentioned that there was that tunnel as well that led out.
Oh.
Yes, we will
We
mention
didn't
that.
mention it, but we will, yes.
Okay, Lazo would wonder like, did this guy that was working on it come through that tunnel then to get in there, or did he go through the manor
Oh.
proper?
We didn't go all the way down it.
We don't know. It seemed like it was sized for something as large as, a large dragon.
That would make sense.
There's there's a great degree of there's a good chance that if it's supposed to be used by Patriarch, then our chance of encountering him is higher. But it could be used for transportation of people into the manor. That would make sense. But that would mean that he has a tighter amount of control on who comes and goes. So stopping people from entering via the tunnel would be very difficult.
That's true. Well, yeah, that we could potentially set up watches on there to try to keep an eye out for strange people going in and out, but
Yeah.
it'll also complicate things. They might end up upping security there. Perhaps there'll be more pure legion there or mercenaries.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know. I think there's a lot of options, but no clear right option.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's like a little open ended on you guys too, so I'm not really giving you like a clear like, hey, this would be a good thing to do. It's so to feel a little bad because I probably could have done like the end of last session. I could have been like, what are you guys gonna do next, and had something more prepared. But
That's fine.
I have several things with minimal amount of prep done on them. So
That sounds like me DMing.
I'd say maybe try to figure out a way to completely neutralize the machine
okay,
or disable it, like to where it doesn't blow up
I
a
mean,
bomb.
that's kind of what I tried to do.
so
Yeah,
yeah, the part you guys disabled right now is the part to be able to make it like take on like more souls and whatnot. So the
yeah,
only part that's really intact right now is just the storage device that has a
yeah.
bunch of souls in it right now.
Right. We don't know what to do with
I guess try,
that.
guess try to figure out a way to release the souls
Hey, it's an
out.
Yep,
object, right? Can we just teleport the object or like plane shift it somewhere else and then release the souls?
maybe it's an idea.
I don't know how sizes are.
Yeah, you do know as well that like in addition to it self having it, there seems to be like some sort of like
Boundary.
barrier around the structure itself. But oh, actually, there was one other uh thing that you guys noticed before you guys went in. Um, but I don't know if anybody remembers it. And that was you guys spotted some psychopomps outside the manor before you guys went in. They're just kind of hanging out in the area.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'd say let's go back to the manor, try to find a way to completely disable it or like release the souls or go down that Baker tunnel. And if we run into them, we run into them.
Yeah, I mean, in worst case, you guys have one of the ways you could get in is you have a scroll of teleport now.
Yep,
I think you might even have two scrolls of teleport.
we do. Yeah,
At least would get
we
you
snap.
in.
We snatched the guy out of it, snatched it out of his hand, and then he had one on his body.
He had a second one. Yep.
Mm.
All right, I'm back.
Actually, that might even maybe he had like a third one and he used a scroll to get in the first place.
What are we talking about here?
So they're talking about the manor in there. So I was mentioning one of the ways you guys actually have to possibly get in is a scroll of teleport.
We teleport back in, yeah.
Now, assuming that there isn't like a teleport trap or something set up to keep people from doing that, but
True.
and then the other thing I mentioned, Matt, since you weren't here, I was mentioning nobody. I don't think anybody remembered it, but you guys did see some psychopomps before you guys went into the
Oh,
manor as
God.
well. And I don't know, you guys might have like a theory on that, but nobody like talked to them or anything.
Well, okay. If there's a device that is stealing life force, like souls, then the appearance of a psychopomp might suggest that there's some agent that is interested for one reason or another about where these souls are going. Where did we see this thing? Near the manor?
Yeah, you guys saw some like one of those. It was one of the Nasoi psychopomps, like the little birds. Um,
Is
and
it
yeah,
late right now? It's still late, right?
no, this is the
Or is it
next
morning?
It's
morning.
early morning. Yeah.
It's early morning, yeah. So you guys would have just like finished preparing spells and probably you guys are probably having this
Yeah.
discussion over breakfast.
I'll volunteer to go out at, different times of the day. Maybe close to the manor, but not too close to it. And I say, like, maybe the rest of you guys should try and look for any of these bird things. I describe what they look like. It might be in our best interest to make contact with one.
Okay. Lazo's on board with doing that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with it.
Other than that, go about your business.
Well, we'll
Okay,
do.
but I want someone going with me. I don't want them like dive bombing me.
Oh.
Hmm.
He's not sure. He's like psychopomps might eat
Do
rabbits.
I go
do
with you.
birds eat rabbits? I don't know.
Depends on the bird.
I mean, raptors do things like hawks and falcons,
Yeah.
and eagles, and owls actually.
Yeah.
So I want someone to go with me. I don't want to go
Yeah.
alone.
No, the rat will go with you.
Okay. Perfect.
Then I'm gonna ride on my rat. A bunny on a rat on a rat.
I'm going to see about selling this wand of secluded grimoire.
Oh, you don't want to use it to keep your grimoire safe?
No, my sword and spells will do that.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well, Azir is
If
a
someone strikes me down and beats me at my own game, then they deserve to learn what I knew.
fair enough. Yeah, you could find someone to buy it at half value. I don't
Is it a
know.
level 1 spell?
It's a level 1 spell, yeah. So you'll get about uh like 300 something, depending on how many charges there are. I don't remember. It wasn't full
Let's see,
charge.
it's 72% of the way fully charged. It's
Okay.
36 out of 50 charges. So at 0.72 times 750, 540. So they'll buy it for half of that.
Yep.
All right, that's 270 gold. I'll just keep that.
I guess in theory, if you gift it to the loot sheet, I think I can sell stuff
Oh yeah, I guess that works too.
on there as well. Although I haven't actually tested this version of it compared to I know it worked fine on the last one. There was a button to split the gold out to the party once I hit the button on there, but I don't know if it has that button. I haven't really.
So we have hashtag loot. Now we need hashtag market. So we have to
What is
send
there,
the item
6
to
of us?
market to sell it.
Yeah, there's 6
Oh,
of
but one
you.
of them's a rabbit. The rabbit doesn't need money.
How wooed. I'm a bunny wabbit.
Split 6 ways, it's 45 gold. I'll let you guys do what you want with the 45.
Okay. Yep. Everyone can just add 45 gold to their inventory.
Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, I don't see a way to like convert or like gift money over on this loot sheet. I'll have to play with it more at some point. I know how to move items to other players. I don't know how to split gold on this one.
Woohoo.
But I always see Shazra's name and nobody else's.
Mine's the only name worth seeing.
It's something on his token options. If you go to on like your character sheet and you go to at the top right, there's a thing that says token, and you can adjust options in there, including things like for example, on tactics, his health bar doesn't show up unless you mouse over his character, and everyone else's is always visible.
I
That's
want my
also
health back.
that's also a thing in the sheet.
There we go.
Oh, display name. I see.
All right, so you guys are gonna head out to like in the area, like the kind of the noble district there.
Yeah, my goal is to find a corvid looking thing with a mask.
Yeah, I guess it's not really technically like a noble district because there aren't really nobles in that proper sense. It's more like the rich neighborhood, I guess. But
Mm-hmm. The hills.
yeah,
Mhm.
Excuse me once again.
okay. If you guys would like to, everyone that's going to do that would like to roll a perception check to look for one of these
Yep.
corvid-looking things.
Yeah, sure. I definitely am going to spot them within 30 feet or whatever.
You have 60 feet.
60 feet,
Hey,
yeah.
you know what I could do? Is I could pick you up and throw you, and then you got more range.
That
Uh,
worked. That
You'll be flying through the air. You got 30 feet at like 100 feet.
that isn't flying. That's falling with style.
I
Style.
knew you were going there. Yeah.
Ugh.
Not yet. This bunny can't fly yet.
We just gotta. You know what we gotta do? We gotta turn you into the bunny from Mighty Python.
With
Uh,
huge bloody teeth.
The freaking crazy ass bunny
He'll cast
murders people.
transformation.
I don't know if I ever made it that far
Yeah.
into the movie.
You're fired.
I don't know if I've made it past like does it weigh more than a duck? That's about the length of the movie I've seen.
Is transformation on the psychic spell list?
Is what?
Dang, it's not. I don't think. Well, it could be actually. And let me check Archives of Nethes actually.
But Pluto, is it on the druid spell list?
It's definitely not on the druid spell list.
Wait, what spell are we talking about?
Transformation.
Oh.
Oh, it is on the psychic spell list, so it's just because I looked on the SRD and it doesn't always include everything. Um,
I'm
but
not gonna become a ferocious bunny.
but yeah, it's a spell you get. It's a level 6 spell for psychics.
I'd
It's
That's what you
actually
imagine.
used on your magus.
I used on my magus, which is yeah. If you ever read like optimization boards on magus, they all say don't do transformation on magus. It's really bad. I disagree. I think it's fine,
If you can dismiss it, then it's
especially if
good.
you can dismiss it as a swift action. Yes. Okay, so Shazo, you can roll a perception check as well for trying to look for the psychopomp.
Sure. With my fantastic perception.
So as you guys are kind of walking through the area, you actually do see that it definitely looks like there's like an increased presence of the Pure Legion near, like in the neighborhood. Um, but on the other hand, it also was kind of already had it seemed to have like a bigger presence there. But yeah, it seems like they are kind of like um maybe more there than there was before. Especially as you get closer to um, Cacklin's Manor.
Man, you break into one guy's house and then everyone starts having a fuss.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um,
We didn't even turn on all their faucets either.
but yeah, at least at this point, you don't see any sign um, of a psychopomp. At least, like you don't spot one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I'm looking for a needle in a haystack here.
So what do you do? Just kind of you kind of find somewhere nearby to kind of stake it out.
Somewhere
Just
where
kind
we're
of
not gonna look too
walk
suspicious.
around the neighborhood a little bit longer.
Bunny steak.
'Cause, yeah, if you
Um,
spend some more time in there, you can attempt another perception check.
let me
Yeah, I mean we can
see.
walk around. I don't want to like keep walking loops back and forth through here or whatever. That might get suspicious.
Yeah, especially some of the more noticeable people in the party, which is
Yeah.
honestly most of you.
Right.
But perhaps yeah, we make like
No, if
one
you look
full
in the
pass
windows, you
through.
can't see me because I'm too short. It's fine.
Have you tried to stealth around? Sure, yeah.
So should we roll another
Yes.
I mean, I
perception?
can go invisible, but it only lasts for 5 minutes.
I'm actually really still.
I don't know. Do I know anything about Nisoi that I might be able to use to find it or maybe lure it?
We got some good checks, maybe.
Go ahead and roll knowledge planes.
Where were these rolls the first time?
No kidding.
We all roll under 20? And then we all roll besides E-foot above 20. And there's a 30.
I'm getting flashbacks to my D&D game on Tuesday.
Okay, so Shazra, you know that Nisoi are like kind of the lowest form of psychopomps, and they usually, if they do their job well, basically they can become like more powerful versions of it. Generally, they are supposed to um, like try to comfort restless spirits and uh, such things like that. They're usually like looking for um, or to escort them to judgment if it's like a lost spirit. So short of like finding somebody dead or something or like murdering someone and then waiting, you don't really know of like any really good way to like lure a psychopomp to come talk to you without just using like a planar calling spell of some sort. Um,
Planar calling. Actually, that might be a spell I might be able to find in the markets.
oh yeah, probably. It's especially if they don't have like a lot of like divine spells. There's some, mostly from like druids because yeah, like they're not divine magic isn't illegal, just worshiping gods is, and generally clerics. But things like um but like druids who just kind of like and follow like nature and whatnot and revere nature, like they actually are totally fine in Rahadum. And it's actually where most like magical healing comes from here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what level is planar calling?
But let me
Lowest
see.
form of it.
The lowest form would probably be
Sure.
planar inquiry, which is I think a third level. Let me see if anybody rolled good on the perception checks for the second go around.
We halted.
Yeah, there's some decent rolls there. Malice actually with a 30 notices does spot one hanging out uh kind of like on the roof of one of the manors uh close to Cacklin's spots what yeah, looks like a crow wearing a mask.
Hmm.
It looks like
All
it
right.
has kind of a golden mask.
Mm. So I guess he'll. Did Shadra like mention that they're like hard to talk to or like get their attention before we all go out?
I don't think I did.
All right. I guess he'll try to approach it. I don't.
Well, it's up on the roof of a house
Oh,
right
it's
now.
up on the roof. I
Yeah,
guess
it's up.
he'll just keep eye on it. If it leaves or anything, he'll just follow it. That way, when if Shadra comes around, maybe he can do something.
Okay.
Talk
Yeah,
to it.
maybe some of you would notice Malice like stop and like look staring
Yeah,
off the distance, and
I'll
you
point one
guys
out.
would probably see it as well once that happens.
Yeah, he'll point it out and tell everybody like there's one right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what to do from there.
So it's on a house.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's perched
How
on a
high is
neighbor.
the
It's on
roof?
one of the it's a two-story building, and it's basically one of the houses like um kind of like across the street diagonal from and like one over diagonal kind of from Cacklin's Manor. And he's like he's perched on the roof of this house and he's looking towards Cacklin's Manor. So there's also like, Pure Legion stationed right outside Cacklin's Manor. It looks like there's four of them there, which is more than you saw last time. Last time there were two during the day and one at night. So it looks like they've upped the security there.
Can I get to the house that it's perched on?
There is a fence around it, but the front gate is open. And there's no like guards or anything posted directly outside the gate or anything. If there are any guards here, they'd be inside the manor perhaps, or at least on the grounds of the manor. So you could go into there very easily. You don't know if that would cause a fuss or not. Probably not immediately.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it's not like there's that big a yard too. This is actually a smaller. It's closer. closer to the street, this house than the other one. It's probably only about 40 feet, uh, like a 40 feet walk from the gate to the front door. So this thing would be, if you're standing like close to the gate, probably be about 60 feet or so.
Could I reach this bird on the roof if I was able to move 50 feet and fly?
Yeah.
Well, I know which spell I'm taking as one of my new mega spells.
Oh.
And what spells that?
I'll cast Raven's Flight.
Is that on the Magus spell list? That's
It
cool.
is.
I like
Second
that
level
spell.
spell.
Yeah, it's a cool spell. Do you just cast that while it's standing in the middle of the street?
I tell the others like, hey, like, I'm gonna do this thing.
Watch and learn.
I'm gonna go somewhere else where like maybe I'm like under a tree or something.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna Raven's Flight my way up there in a move action.
I hide because I don't know if ravens eat bunnies.
The Raven's Flight's a swift action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Do it fairly quickly.
you turn into a uh sort of similar looking to one of these Nosois. She probably a little bit bigger as a raven, but um and you fly up next to it and turn back into Shawsra now, standing on the
Mm-hmm.
roof. Um and it does kind of like jump back a little bit, but it doesn't fly off.
Uh-huh.
Um and it looks towards you,
Yeah, I address
expectantly.
it. Messenger of Pharasma's court. I am Shazra, and I have some news that may be of interest to you.
Very well. Is it about the strange aura I sense from that building?
I look to the one it's looking to, and I assume it's the one that we were in.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking towards Cacklin's Manor.
I nod, and I sit down calmly on this roof
What
here to
language are you
make
speaking,
myself.
by the way, to it?
Do I know what
Actually,
language they speak?
you rolled pretty high on your knowledge planes earlier, right? What'd you roll again?
27.
Okay, so you know that they speak Abyssal, Celestial, and Infernal.
Oh, Infernal. Yeah, I speak Infernal to it.
Okay, yeah, it communicates back with you in Infernal then.
Good.
So I was just looking at it. It doesn't actually speak Common, so I was like, ooh, I should probably double check this, but I was pretty sure you spoke Infernal at least.
Hmm. Oh yeah, of course.
Um, so yeah, it's looking towards Cacklin's Manor.
Yeah, I seat myself on the roof with it to make myself, I guess, a little bit more inconspicuous.
Okay.
My hood up, and I tell it that yes, there is a device that might be of interest, and I tell it effectively what we know about it. That it harnesses souls. There's a cult in charge of it, as well as a a suspiciously old dragon, and that we're looking for more information on this cult and this dragon.
Okay, so he listens to this and he says, "That's sounds much bigger than I thought it was, but I haven't been able to investigate it further. There's some sort of field that keeps outsiders out away."
I'm telling you this in the interest of some form of mutual cooperation.
Yes, I agree. This sounds like something that we need to deal with. I'll have to go I'll have to go talk to some of my superiors, but
Very well. You can find me and my companions uh, who are looking into this matter at the Just in Case Inn.
that name doesn't mean anything. But don't worry, we'll be able to find you.
All right.
And it flies away.
All right. I also fly away as I use my last second level spell slot to turn into a raven and fly back to the others.
All right. And yeah, since you're up, they're on the roof and kind of just quietly conversing with us. Nobody seems to notice
When
your
I turn
interplay.
into a raven, I have very red eyes. I'm like that evil looking raven from poetry.
Okay.
All right, I apprise the rest of my companions about our little conversation with the Nasoy. One thing you can count on most extra planar things is the way they react to stuff. Unless they're demons, they're very difficult to predict. But I think this one has agreed that we have a mutual interest to cooperate with each other. I told her that information is what we need, so information is what I expect we'll be getting.
Cool.
Right.
Good job. Make it someone else's problem. I like it.
Oh yes. Listen, devils are really, really well versed in, outsourcing and delegating work to less superior, their inferiors. It's a skill you need to know if you're going to get anywhere.
Especially in
Mhm.
Shellyax.
Hmm.
All right. So at least that's another. We need to wait a little while, but probably not a full month like it was for the dragon.
I guess so. Let's just do things to, entertain ourselves and I guess keep a low profile.
Okay. What do you guys want to do for entertaining yourselves? You guys just wander,
Um,
want to see the sights, observe the marvelous architecture. Which actually,
I don't know. Are there any debate
Meh.
circles here?
Buildings.
Is there
uh,
anybody I could engage in verbal swordplay with?
probably actually. One of the things about Rahadum is that like they don't do like religious debates or like theological debates and whatnot, but they do really like philosophy and so there's like a pretty healthy like appreciation of philosophies and whatnot in Rahadum. And in particular, the if in a large a city like Azir is there's very educated um, like cosmopolitan citizens there.
Hmm. Well, if I can get my way into any of these, just to kill time, I'll do that. And if there's anything going on like shows or plays, I'll attend those as well.
Okay.
Dances are nice. I'm also gonna go and buy whatchamacallit, like a nice face mask to further conceal my identity.
Okay.
Something that I'll wear to these events. It's not intimidating looking. It's whatchamacallit, it's high class.
All right.
I'll just drop 50 gold on a nice mask.
Okay, sure.
No one will know it's me. They'll have to come to know me by my sharp wit and stinging tongue. I do have the whatchamacallit. I do have the trait stinging intellect or bruising intellect.
Oh,
So my intimidate is very high.
it lets you intimidate with
My
intelligence or something.
intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is how I win debates.
by
Jeez.
browbeating them by intimidating them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The knowledge I present is very intimidating.
Yeah. It's not the chest puffing that's intimidating. Oh.
I mean that works still. If you can puff your chest out, you can. Do you want to be my hype man, E-Foot?
Okay.
Just give me some inspire competence while I do this. It'll look really good.
Yeah, I can do that.
Let's go make some fools of people. I'm gonna make E-Foot a little bit more evil.
Probably the easiest place for you to find like places like debate forums basically is like at the university you guys went to before.
I'm gonna get in a carriage and I'm gonna pull up to some people I debated with, and I'm gonna say I disagree, and then drive off.
Okay.
Wow.
You like turn to Eve and be like, it's all about theatrics.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's how you really leave an impression on people.
You know what the difference between a debater and a super debater? Presentation.
All right, what what other people want to do?
I'd want to find some kind of like dance group,
Okay.
whether it's like people on the streets freestyling or it's like a improv theater class or something.
Okay. Do you have like a preference between the two? Because you probably be able to
Um,
find either one.
yeah, I would lean more towards the theater improv.
Okay. Like a high class kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll attend this theater improv. This art is of interest to me.
All right. Yeah, you probably would find like a kind of like a class that somebody's like running of one of this sort of thing. Um
Mhm.
and so yeah, they'd probably be like like a traveler coming in from out of town. They say like, oh, we see this sort of thing quite a bit because it's a major trade hub in the region. Um and so yeah, they would let you join in on that. And um yeah, it'd be like sort of like a combination like of them teaching like people varying skill levels. There'd be like people that are complete beginners, but then there'd also be people that are more experienced that are um, helping teach people there. Like it's kind of this sort of you find like kind of like an educational kind of
Oh
uh,
hell yeah, this.
like dance troupe kind of.
Nice.
All right, I found a mask. I'm wearing this thing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's sort of close to what I was picturing actually.
Yeah. This is honestly the best use of my gold right now.
The mask.
Yeah.
I
All
wonder.
those hacks in university could see me now.
I wonder if there's like an item that gives you like a bonus of some sort that you could like match up
There, of
with that.
course, there is Pluto. You could make one.
That's fair. Let's
It's
see.
whatever you want it to be.
what would what would make sense to get as like a bonus for like a 50 gold mask though?
Like +1 to your intimidate if you're arguing something.
Yeah, like a narrow circumstance bonus kind of, I guess,
Yeah,
but
+1 to charisma
Well,
checks when you're like in a I don't know.
in a high class
when you're
setting.
in a public,
Yeah.
when you're in public, +1 charisma when you're in
+1
public.
charisma bonus to influence high class members of society.
Yeah. We'll go with that. It's a circumstance bonus.
Hmm. Um,
+1 charisma check the people that have a higher charisma than you. But yeah, I
is
guess your guys' charisma is super high though.
Shazra at this performance?
Yes, I
I think
will
it goes
attend.
to
Okay,
I think it
I
goes to like
enjoy
one of them at
art.
least, or like the part of it
So
at
yeah,
least.
Shazra would notice that. Um, although I mostly look like the Vander that she's seen, but or he, she.
I'm
Shazra's a
male.
he.
Yeah, he
He?
identifies as masculine.
Okay. Um,
He him pronouns.
I look different, like almost unrecognizable. Not necessarily unrecognizable, but more elegant and
Like the way he carries himself almost
yeah,
looks
the
like a
way I
different
carry
person.
myself is I look like a different person if you weren't to know who I was.
All right. I think that's cool.
You get to see a different side of Vander.
If he's good at performing and dancing, then you have my interest.
That's true. Some shows were like,
Doesn't Shazra actually know how to like have perform dance as well?
I do. I do. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever done it before, but I've alluded to that. Like I do like dancing.
hmm
mhm.
Anything that keeps me far away from the family business of infernal coin counting.
Yes, that's something that you and your uncle both agree on.
The only people that you hate is belly dancers because they have coins on them when they dance.
Oh,
He doesn't hate belly dancers.
I know. I was just saying that, like the coins, the coin part. It's like I hear enough coin jingling. I don't need to hear a belly dancer. Messing around.
All right, sounds good.
What about tactic and E-foot? What do you guys spend your time on doing for the day?
uh, well, Shaw. Wait, Shaw's. I'm inspiring Shaw's
Oh, that's right.
competence.
You follow Shazra
Yeah,
for the debating. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm probably learning a lot though because I have the power of observation as a bard.
I'm gonna be just gathering materials and stuff to restock my alchemy kit.
Okay.
My Malice will be like back at her where we're staying, and he takes off his arm and he's like tinkering with it, and working on it and making improvements. It's basically getting ready for next level. What's gonna happen next level? But he spent some time working on his arm, tweaking it and stuff like that.
Okay. What about Billy? Who's he
You-
going with? I'm sure
Uh,
he's not venturing out of his own.
well,
But...
actually, I was gonna
Oh,
see
you
if
are?
before Tactic goes to collect his, potion ingredients and things, maybe if he'll escort me to the library and get me in so I can study books, read. Because I don't know if they'll just like let a bunny walk in, you know.
I
But if
don't
he
know. Have you
comes
tried
in
it?
with a bunny and then leaves without the bunny, maybe I'll be able to study in the library.
Hey, you could be his familiar. They don't know.
Yeah, that's my plan. I want to look up information about, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. I already looked up a bunch of stuff about the politics of the region. Perhaps like if there's some dark magic-y kind of books about like necromancy and things that have to do with like soul spells.
Ooh. Yeah. You
Uh,
smart. You smart, bunny.
yeah, that's mainly what I want to look up about or research.
Okay. Yeah. Doing library research.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you're looking into like, are basically wanting to do our Arcana research, right?
I'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first off, does Tactic agree to help Billy get into the library then? Does that sound reasonable to Tactic?
Derek.
What's up?
Oh, will Tactic escort me to the library and help me get in before
Well,
collecting potion ingredients?
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, roommate came back and was talking to me about something real quick.
All good. All right. So go ahead and make a knowledge Arcana. And what specifically are you going to start? Where are you going to start with in terms of like what you're trying to find out?
Like, what
Like
kind of
is
spells would use souls or need soul power?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna help with that. Although, would that be? Hmm.
okay. Then you can roll a knowledge Arcana if you haven't already done that. You did roll it. Okay.
Yeah, we both
Yeah.
did.
So like I just am like, oh yeah, Tactic, come help me get into the library, and then like Tactic asks more about what I'm doing. He's like, oh wait, I want to look
I'll
up
help you
that
with that.
too. I'll help.
Yeah.
Like, but don't
Pick
you
up
have to go get
spells.
potion ingredients? Okay, well if you help me research now, I'll help you find ingredients later. That's the plan. New plan.
Like boss.
Um, so yeah, you do find there's some stuff about there are some like theoretical stuff about using souls to uh like extend someone's life or create more powerful undead.
So there
Um,
is a way to extend Patriarch's life.
yeah, you think that
Mm-hmm.
maybe that is possible. Um, it's something that usually is like likely to draw like unwanted attention from outsiders, particularly psychopomps, but because it disrupts the flow of souls into the boneyard and like disrupts like the life cycle basically, which is something that Pharasma and psychopomps are very against, obviously.
Yep.
Um, so there's not a whole lot of like practical data on in this library at least.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. We have to go to the restricted section.
Yeah, you do see as well that like there's magic about replacing or there's also stuff about replacing valuable material components in spellcasting using and having them powered through souls as well. So
Oh.
perhaps gathering enough souls, you could theoretically use
No
it to
diamond
power.
dust. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could use it to power like a wish spell instead of using a diamond.
Huh.
Hmm.
But again, there's not like much.
Let's go collect some potion ingredients for Tactic before it gets too dark to see, maybe. Or if it's already too dark, maybe we have to do that tomorrow.
I mean, you probably can go out and do that.
I have light cantrip.
You can
Will
probably do
help.
that as before the markets all close.
Or no, I
Mm.
don't. I don't have any kind of light cantrip.
You have dark vision, I guess, so
Shame.
I
you
have dark vision.
don't really
Yeah.
need it.
All right, I'll help spot the herbs when it gets too dark.
Speaking of cantrips, I was surprised nobody just used like a message cantrip to talk to the Nosoi. That's the one I kind of was expecting somebody to do.
I can use telekinetic projectile to throw a stone at it.
There you go. That would have been good, probably. And
Uh,
actually, the message cantrip, I was thinking it was close range, but actually it's medium range, so you can like message
oh,
people like hundreds of feet away. Well, only like 150 feet away there at the level you guys are right now, but
pretty good.
yeah, it was a lot closer than that. All right.
Okay.
So you guys head back to the inn in the evening, I'm assuming, after having spent some leisure time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, and can't remember if you guys all have like your own rooms or um
I think I'm
I'm.
rooming with my uncle.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is Tactic staying in the room or is he sleeping outside still?
I think
Tactics.
Tactic and Billy were bunking in a room.
Okay.
And same. I was with them as well.
Okay, so because yeah, uh that night somebody like knocks on Shazra's window.
It's the boogeyman.
It's the Raven.
Yeah, it's just like a on like the glass because it actually has a glass window and it's like a thunk, thunk, thunk.
Okay, I'll go let it in.
Well, you open it when you look out the window, you don't actually see the Nasoi this time. You actually see a different psychopomp.
Oh, okay. What am I
Um,
looking at?
it looks like a somberly dressed humanoid, also wearing a mask, though very similar to what the Nasoi had. Um, but yeah, it's basically standing on like the kind of on like the little, like on the balcony, basically underneath the window there.
Oh,
Um,
all right. Well,
and
if I'm sure that it's a psychopomp, I'll still like open the window.
Yeah, I think with your knowledge planes, you would know it's a psychopomp. And it would say like "Greetings, mortal," and infernal.
Yeah,
I'm
I
here to
welcome it. Greetings.
I'm here to talk to you about what you discussed with my associate.
Well, you better enter. We want to be discreet about it.
All right, he climbs in through the window.
All right. I tell it if it could patiently wait a moment while I gather the others. They might have questions or things to add.
Okay, it agrees to wait for you to go get them then.
I get the others.
All right, so yeah, what you guys see in front of
Oh,
you,
it's too late.
it looks like a humanoid, but he's wearing a golden mask. Let me see if I can get a actually picture of one of these. It's actually sort of similar to like kind of similar to the mask that Shazra was in some ways to what Shazra was wearing, but it has like a more like bird like features to it. Um, here we go. Here's a picture. And yeah, anybody has Shaw's already rolled knowledge planes, so you know this is a how do you pronounce this? This is a Muth, an Amuth psychopomp. So they're
Uh,
They're like a little bit higher tier than a Nasoi.
Okay.
They're normally responsible for helping mortals destroy undead and dispatch renegade souls, evading the goddess's judgment.
Sounds like something useful.
And then, unlike a Marigna, which is also has a similar responsibility, that Amuths usually tend to work with mortals more often. And yeah, it looks like it wears it. The mask it has kind of has like an owl face on it. Um, but it kind of more like covers just the top half of it. Let me see. Let's get this picture in here. I think I can do this as like a journal entry.
Did my headphones die?
No,
No.
I think I'm just waiting
Oh.
for people are just waiting for me. Okay. Uh,
I was
there
just
we
like, for a
go.
second there, I was like, huh? Ah, pretty.
Okay.
Oh, it is a raven.
It's described in the
Cool.
description as being an owl mask, but
Oh, I mean,
Nevermore.
I guess, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It looks bird-like in any case.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, well, I welcome it, and I guess I'll start telling it about what we knew.
Okay, she'll listen patiently, and then she'll say, "I've done my own investigation of it as well, and from what I can see, uh, this isn't something that we can directly get to at the moment. There is a field in there that prevents us from approaching. It's supposed to
Hmm.
keep outsiders, but I think this would also have another um, issue where that even if you were to release these souls, they would also be trapped within that containment field as well and wouldn't be able to leave the manor. So in order to get them out, we would have to not only uh, open the device, but also remove the containment field. And if these things were done, they depending on how many souls in there, it could be very dangerous. But if you were able to get myself or one of my associates in there with you, we could probably calm them and help the spirits to the boneyard without causing harm to you or others.
Yeah, that's an important part. We're pretty sure that messing with this device is really risky.
Were you able to, when you were in there, to figure anything out about what is maintaining the containment field?
Um, one of my companions is probably knows more about that.
Yeah, tactic would have, I think,
Yeah,
I was
I
able to
nudge
determine a
him.
little bit.
I swear the rat can talk. I'm not just prodding a rat in clothes.
Are you sure?
Derek, do you
It's your
remember?
imagination.
Do you even remember out of character what you'd found out about the containment field? I think I mentioned it a little bit to you.
Um, I remember that if it went off, it might explode, and then the souls of everything that had been captured in it would spill out in a massive surge of death. Happy things.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember about the secondary containment field though?
That I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys actually found out a whole lot about it in character
I didn't
either.
remember finding out about it at all. The secondary
Well, I
field.
remember something about it, but I don't remember the details.
Yeah, I think you guys had just found out that it was there, but not many. I don't think you guys actually found out really any details about it, like what was keeping that up, if it was being powered by the same thing as as like the other structure was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Onmuth will tell you that if you can get the containment field down, then I can help you to release the souls. Otherwise, we'll have to wait until a more powerful psychopomp can get here that can maybe bypass the barrier itself.
Now, question being, is there a way to shut it down or release it without making it go boom?
Well, yeah, he's saying that, or she's saying that if she was um, in there with you when the housing was like taken down and the souls all burst out, that she'd be able to like calm them and stop them from hurting you. Because that's like
Okay, but
really what the issue is that when you
but
release them, they'll.
this place is like in the middle of a town.
Yes,
So would the spirits not break out and cause problems elsewhere?
not if you break them out while I'm there.
Okay.
But I can't get there with the containment field stopping me.
Hmm. Well, we sabotaged all the mechanisms to prevent them from adding anything to it, but we'll have to get in there and break out the containment field then. Ooh. I'll pull out a little bomb and go, I think we can do it.
Well, I can also help you perhaps in what ways I can from the outside if you need it. Well, my powers are somewhat limited in scope compared to some of the more powerful of my kind.
So you wouldn't be able to enter the place even if like you were to walk through the door with us.
I wouldn't be able to walk through the door.
Hmm.
I wonder what the best way would be to
Oh.
shut down that.
There's a powerful, I believe, abjuration effect that is keeping me from approaching it. Going in, can't get much closer than a few feet from the house.
That's why the other ones are just sitting outside, huh? Okay.
Yes, I think before some various Nosoi were drawn to it from sensing its aura, but They didn't know the scope of what was going on there and weren't able to investigate it further. If what you say is true, this is something that much more powerful psychopomps would be interested in dealing with once more of them know about it.
Do I know what I would be looking for as far as like this field? Is it something that has to be cast on an item, or is it just like an abjuration effect that's like a big area?
You can roll a knowledge arcana.
Mm, I would help.
Yeah, I got a big number.
Okay, so Shazra and probably Tactic would know
Efoot
that.
rolled really well.
Efoot might know as well with the 20, but um, yeah, most likely the spell would have uh, like an object that it would be centered on. Like it would have a subject of the spell. It possibly could be cast on a like at a point as well, but casting it on a point would generally only work on like a more temporary and weaker version of it, perhaps. But the fact that it's probably, unless they've been continually recasting it or something, or some other way maintaining it, it most likely has a focal point. What
So it
that
has
could
some.
be is harder to say, but theoretically, if you're able to find it, you could remove it or just
Hmm.
cast like a dispel or maybe even just break the object.
Yeah, breaking the object sounds easier and more in line with what we're capable of doing. Dispelling magic and unraveling arcana is something a little bit more advanced.
Yeah. This seems like it's a really would be like a really powerful spell though. It's basically like a targeted repulsion, which is repulsion's already a high level spell, but
So we gotta find something in there that's the center of this.
correct.
Hmm.
You
I
do
mean, it looks
know
like we're gonna have to go back in there anyway.
that the focus for like a repulsion spell would be a pair of canine statues, so perhaps this would be something similar.
Okay, did we see any of those?
Let me check where you guys actually went real quick. Yeah, you didn't see anything that was certainly didn't see anything that was specifically a canine statue. You did see like some taxidermized like wolves, for example, but in fact, you guys fought some taxidermized wolves that had been animated. Um, but yeah, you didn't see anything that resembled like a canine statue.
Okay. Well, I hope it is indeed a canine statue we're looking for. I don't know. Was there any other kind of like big conspicuous statue that we saw?
Not that you saw, but
Okay.
there were rooms that you guys didn't go into.
Yeah. The this psychopomp said it was able to it would be able to assist with getting us back in there.
Yes, it tells you that it can cast like a silence spell, for example.
Okay.
something it can do. Um, and it can give you, yeah, it can also, um, like, it can summon like an animal messenger kind of thing, like an animal to scout for you, basically. It can summon an owl that can go in
Mm.
and like, and can see, like, and do like scouting of it, basically, like mundane scouting. Basically, you can fly up and see, oh, this window is clear, or things like that. Um,
Hmm.
Well, if we go back to infiltrate the manor, it'll definitely be at night and late. So the service of an owl scouting and then us going under the cover of a silent spell would be good.
Dang it. I have to be quiet again. Well, I don't
Also,
have to
I'm
be,
able
but
to sense undead. Yeah, actually, most of you guys probably, I think Shazram or Lazo would probably have to translate most of this for you guys too, because most of this conversations would be happening in Infernal,
Yeah.
depending on who knows Infernal. But yeah,
Yeah, either of us can translate if need be.
does anybody else in the party speak Infernal? Actually,
no.
Mm,
Unless you tell me to like comprehend, I don't have an idea.
no.
I don't speak Infernal.
okay,
I don't
I
either.
speak
but
Celestial.
I do not.
The one time I don't linguistics dump.
well, the Psychopomp also speaks Celestial, so
Yeah,
um,
but it's speaking in
but
Infernal,
yeah,
so
it's speaking in Infernal because that's what Shazra first spoke to the Psychopomps in, so it's the only language that knows for sure that you guys can communicate with it in. Okay. I mean, it's already night at the moment, but
We could
I
go
don't know if
right
you guys
now.
are planning to go right now or if you guys want to like
I mean, it's
go.
been a day, right? Like, and we're all
Yeah,
rested.
this would be literally the night after you guys just broke in, but
This
this
would be
is
what?
this would be like
I mean they'll never
the
expect us to
night
do it
right
twice in
after
a
you guys
row.
had just broke in.
Okay, we'll wait a little bit then.
Hmm.
Wait at least one more day.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make plans with the psychopomp to do this in a day or so.
Very well. One of my associates will be keeping watch.
And I tell the psychopomp that our issue is the pure legion you know that are guarding it.
I might be able to help lure them away or distract them.
That would also be greatly appreciated.
I am able to do minor illusions, particularly sound-based ones.
That would be a good distraction.
Very well, then I will wait until you are ready.
All right, well, let's rest up again and go the next night. If you guys have any gold, spend it on some useful potions or other equipment.
All right, and I know it's been only 2 hours and we haven't really done much, but I'm actually going to call the session here. So
Oh,
I
okay.
Oh.
wouldn't say we haven't done
It's
much. We did a
okay.
bit.
true, I mean, but yeah, I'm very tired and also not as well prepared as I would have liked. So, but
I'm
Yeah.
honestly really tired, and I gotta work the door tonight at the bar. So yeah, I feel it.
right
Okay,
on.
that's all right.
But at least I know what I got to prepare for next session because that was one of the things that
True.
sucked going into this one. Is I was like, I don't actually know what we're doing next. So yeah, I'll have prepared for us to go back into the manor. That's gonna have heightened security probably, but
How much does a potion of invisibility cost?
A potion of invisibility?
150 gold, I think, because it's a second level spell.
I believe that's right.
Not a bad pickup, yeah. Potions of
Yeah.
invisibility are good. Much better than potions of vanish
Vanish.
that
Potions,
many
yeah.
cultists are wont to carry with them.
Which campaign was it that we got a bunch of potions of vanish?
I don't remember.
I don't really
It
either,
was
but we had
Exchange Aeons.
was that what it was? I just remember
Yeah.
we got these. We're like, these are so useless.
It was Strange Aeons. It
I
was
am
from the people at the manor.
I
The
am
one
not
that we
surprised that these guys didn't drink the potions. Because
yeah.
normally that's one of the things. Why didn't these guys drink these potions? Well, I know why they didn't drink the potions of vanish because they probably realized they're as worthless as we realize they are.
It takes longer to drink it than the spell lasts.
Yeah, it's so silly.
Yep.
Pretty much the only thing you can use it for is like you can drink it and then like run and get into a flank, I guess, without provoking. That's about it. I guess it's also not too bad if you have like one of the feats that makes you drink potions quicker. Like if you get something that lets you drink them as a move action, then it's all right because you can use it as like to get like one sneak attack out for something. But
Don't alchemists have something when they drink potions they can extend the effect?
there might be a alchemist, yeah, like an alchemist discovery or something that does that.
Yeah.
And
And that's a cheap
that
way
would make them
of
decent too. Even if it just makes it
yeah.
2 rounds, like you can do something with 2 rounds of invisibility.
Mhm. And it's a cheap cost invisibility instead of
Yeah, it's 50
higher.
gold for a potion of vanish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, sorry for short session, but
You golden boss.
Yeah, no problem.
That's okay. Do we get experience or just nothing for this one?
probably no
We're
experience.
level
for this
6 now.
session.
That's
You guys
Wahaha.
just got to level 5 anyway, so
Just making sure.
and it's easier for me to award bonus XP into the next combat anyway. So even if I wanted to give you guys
Yeah.
bonus XP, I'm just gonna write it down in my notes and
Yep.
award it next time.
All right.
All right, well,
Okay.
thank you.
You
Yep.
guys
That's
have
fun.
fun. I'm gonna take a quick nap.
All right,
Quick nap. All
sounds
right.
good.
Wait, say,
All right.
sorry. How much experience?
No
No,
experience
none.
yet.
Mm.
Oh, rip.
You'll get experience next session, basically.
Because Pluto would have to like set up a fake encounter to distribute it evenly,
I mean, I could
Alright.
just give you a number
or
to
tell
add
us. But
to
yeah,
this,
it's
but
it's
That's
fine.
fine.
yeah, I'll just award it out next session.
What other spell
Okay.
should I
Bye
take?
bye.
I like having Raven's Flight. That's a good mobility one.
Yeah, I love that spell.
What else should I take though? I have Bladed Dash, which is good for like offense and mobility too, and Frigid Touch, which is just like a staple.
Planar Inquiry is a level 3 spell, plus not on the Magus spell list, I think.
Yeah. Maybe something defensive. I mean, I could take just straight up invisibility.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You could take a Fog Cloud.
Fog Cloud's good, but I can't take a whole lot of advantage with it. Wait, do I already have Mirror Image? Maybe I should just take Mirror Image. That's
Mirror
a
Image is always a good
staple.
choice, yeah. You could take Time Shudder.
Time Shudder.
It's not a very good spell, but it's funny.
I'll just take Mirror Image.
Actually, what's funny about Time Shudder is that it works on everybody, including enemies and allies. Just at the start of each creature's turn, 50% chance that a creature is hasted or slowed. So you're either hasted or staggered every round. You roll 50-50.
Yeah.
Also, it only lasts for 1 round, but
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off. I will see you guys next time.
All right. Good night.
See ya.
Later.
Yep. Take care. Good night.
I think there's probably some situations where time shutter is all right, but I think it has to be like,
This is a very random spell, though.
yeah, I think you have to have a party where the effect of being staggered doesn't affect you as much. Um, and also where them being enemies being hasted doesn't matter as much to you. Like you have to be like, I don't know, you have to have like difficult terrain down or something and not be next to anybody. So even if they're hasted, they can still only do one attack. But if they're slowed, then they can't do any. And then you have to have like people that are ranged or like spellcasters, or if they're staggered, they're like, whatever, I just cast a spell. Like, so they're not really worried about the haste.
Yeah.
You're mostly just you mostly would want to go around situations where the haste doesn't matter, but the stagger is really good against enemies.
Hmm.
Maybe if you have like a vital strike barbarian, you're like, here you go. If you're staggered, you just vital strike. Are we still doing secrets game on Sunday? Is that
Yeah. Yeah.
cool?
At 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that theoretically might be the final session for that campaign before
What?
right? For
Yeah,
Carrion Crown?
it might be like extremely underwhelming because like we haven't played for so long and
We're going into the final session.
That's what we
ish.
said last time, but then
You weren't there,
yeah.
so we
Oh,
didn't
okay. Whoa.
play. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because the last session we had was when we were about to go through that portal and we had found Karn, and I
Yeah.
said, Karn, I need you to do me one favor. I need you to not make sure that nobody comes after us if we don't come back,
All right.
because we can't have a rescue chain of death where somebody comes to rescue us and then someone comes to rescue them and so forth, because that's
Mm-hmm.
Fran's like biggest concern in pretty much every situation. So
Well, we'll make it final.
I was actually thinking for my Carrion Crown, or not Carrion Crown. What is it? We're playing Crimson Throne. My Crimson Throne character. I was thinking I might play a brawler with the
Oh.
what's
Also,
it?
depending on how things go, I might go back to weekly for Crimson Throne.
Okay, because we're back on an AP, right?
Yeah, but that
Oh,
clashes
we
with
can't do
Mantis's
that though.
game.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay. Yeah,
right.
you can't do that. Never
God,
mind
I
then.
really wish I could consolidate my Sunday game into one game.
We almost could actually run it alongside Mance's game just because his starts at 4. Um, if we started Secrets game later, but that would mean going one Pathfinder game directly into another Pathfinder game.
Yeah, but that's a lot of my Sunday.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, now that I'm back in school, I kind of wish I could end both of these Sunday games.
Well, I mean, technically, this current one we're in is ending, but
Yeah.